Evolution. Welcome to another edition of Dan's Fishing Tales. Today we're going to be talking about colors, and specifically it's going to be colors on the rattle trap and the hammer trap. Why? Because people have asked me about those. There are tons of colors available with that company, as there are with a lot of others, but on here, take a look at this. I mean, they say things are covered from A to Z. They are. They start out with American Shad and go clear down to Z Nova. I'll just scroll real quick. There, you can see just all the way down there, those are all colors available in the original rattle trap. And yes, you can use all those colors if you want to invest in them, but basically you want to start out with one that perhaps is in your area that you already know is working well. But if I'm going to go for a coverall type thing, and you'll notice here's my tackle box of regular rattle traps, and I've condensed these down to certain colors. But I'd always tell people, when I first started working with rattle trap on stuff back when Bill Lewis and Buddy Lewis had it, the main thing was the chrome with a black back. Wherever I went, Bull Shoals, Lake George, wherever, the chrome with the black back worked, and it still does, but I got away from it. I use two basic colors, actually three, I guess, because one of them is right here, right there. That is what's called the apricot, and the apricot works very well. But I also use I don't know if I can find it real quick here, but it's a perch color that they have. And that works. It's a lot like the apricot, but it's got the perch, the yellow perch type things. And it works good for like anything that you get into where they're feeding on bluegills or that sort of thing. That works very, very well. But my all-around one, in fact, this one has been used so much. This is the white bleeding shiner. You notice the hooks are gold. They're supposed to be red. You see the little red dots? I mean, that's how much I've used that. Back here you can see it's worn. I got a new one here. Now this is where you can see the difference. There it is. It's got the red hooks. It's got the stripes that aren't faded. It's a white, and it's got the bleeding sides to it. And that one right there is probably one of the best ones that I've found that is an all-around type bait. And the three sizes that I use in the rattle trap, we're going to get to the hammer trap in a moment, but the three sizes that I use are the quarter and the eighth, sometimes the eighth if I want to go for crappies, and the half ounce. Now they got larger sizes, and perhaps you're going to want those larger sizes for certain things, but that half ounce, which is the original rattle trap, you can't beat it. It just works great. Now we're going to talk about the hammer trap, because the hammer trap's a little bit different. It has a three-tone type chamber in it, and it's made for pump retrieves, where you allow it to go down and then bring it up and allow it. That's what it's made for, because it's got a wobble on the downfall, and I use that same retrieve with the regular rattle trap, but you'll see here, this is definitely made different than the rattle trap. It's got a little bit different design, I guess you'd say. And well, let's take the guacamole, because I use three colors in this, and this is one of them, and you'll see that I definitely have used it. It's still got some weeds on it, and they're dried out because they've been in that edge tackle box. But that's the guacamole, and you can see that it's different. It's got a head. The hammer trap has got a wider head here, and it narrows down. And it's also got some little detail work here, and the gill plates and that sort of thing. And it's got a dorsal fin back here, so it's made different, and it's weighted, and so that when it goes down, and you can hear it, it definitely has that rattle to it. And it rattles both ways, if it's on the fall or you pick it up or whatever. But as I said, I use three colors on this. The guacamole, which is this one, and then the one that I probably use the most is called a Silverado, and it's more of a shad type color like that. That's the Silverado, and that one I probably use more than any of them. Now you can see the difference between what I use in the rattle trap and what I use for this. And then the third color is called a Sneaky Shad, and it's got some, you can tell I've been using it, it's got weeds on it. It's got kind of a greenish flake back with the grayish and the black here, and it's got a red spot up here on the nose, and it also has a yellowish stripe down it. So it's a little bit different, and sometimes, man, those hooks are sharp. I just got one stuck under me. It will outproduce that Silverado, and that's why I was using this. I was just, in fact, here just recently, I was fishing when the water was open in January, and I was using that and just using it on a pump retrieve, and I caught fairly good bass for this time of the year, especially in open water. In fact, I'll show you a photo here of it. And then, as you can see, it was definitely on that one. And it just, it was that pump retrieve, and especially this time of the year when the water starts to open up, and it's, I don't know right now, I'm going to check the lake today, but the lake was still having some bad ice on it, enough that you can't get on it, but you also cannot fish because there's too much ice. So anyway, that's the color system that I use, and like I said, I know that if you go down like to Texas or Louisiana and that area, the red ones are going to be the thing to look at, because those red ones are hot down there. But I'm up a bit further north than that, and it just don't seem like they work for me that well. It's these colors that I told you here, that's what I use. Another one that I use is a chartreuse with a black back. It's like the chrome with a black back. I've used that, and I've kind of gone away from that one. In fact, I got one right in here that I can show you. If I can get it loose, there we go. There we go. That's the chartreuse with the black back. It's got a black up here, and it's got an orange on the belly. And I've caught a lot of fish on that color, and for some reason I've just kind of steered away from it, but it works real good in stained water, and also, again, when I was talking about the bluegill pattern, it will work for that too. But anyway, that's my take on colors. And what I use, as I said, you might do something different, but if you're just starting into them and using rattle traps, that'll give you an idea for it. Especially if you're using the 1/8 ounce for the, say, like crappies. Well, you can't go wrong without, something that's white, like a shad color, such as like the bleeding shiner there, anything like that. Yeah, that's going to work for crappies. So until next time, get out of the water and have a great day of fishing.